mamas, papas, kiddos. I am going to be going over how we have our math map organized for our Challenge A this year, and I'm going to also just kind of share with you guys a little bit about what I think about it, what I understand and have learned about it so far, and how we'll be incorporating it. So first of all, I have done the read through. I spent a lot of time with the director explaining. We've had our orientation with moms and gone over how we're going to be using it, the different ways to scale it. And after all that, I think I also had a friend that went with her children through the naturals, some of the lower levels over the summer, and she said it was really beneficial, that it feels like it explains and breaks down things in a way that we just haven't looked at math before, which I think is the whole point. So I think it's going to be a good thing. I know that Classical Conversations has pulled Saxon. That's not being taught or pushed anymore. The math map is it. This is Classical Conversations has created this. They have been working for years, from my understanding, to develop this. Challenge A's kind of the guinea pig this year, and we're the only ones that were able to purchase. I think you can print out some of the other levels, but as far as for purchase and being used, the directors are teaching the math map. That's what we will be using in class. And I've had some parents be like, okay, well, I don't think, what if we don't want to use that? We've always had our choice of curriculum. Some people have a curriculum they really like and, it's working well for them. We don't absolutely have to commit to using this full time. My son is using Saxon, and we just got comfortable in that last year. And we had tried a bunch of different curriculums, so I was like, oh no, we really just got comfortable. So I was kind of worried about it myself. But after understanding, this can be something that you scale down and do minimal parts. It recommends, there's like 16 pages in a booklet. So week 1, your booklet has 16 work pages. A lot of those in week 1's book are just reading and looking over things, but that is the layout, is that we go to community one day, and then the other 4 days of the week, there's 4 pages for each day. So community day, and then day 1 has 4 pages, day 2 has 4 pages, day 3 has 4 pages, and day 4 has 4 pages. So you can choose to do pages 1 through 4 on the first day, 5, 6, 7, 8 the next day, and so on. Or you can choose to do, and that's the spiral method, because days 1 through 4 are each going to be going over a different topic. For instance, this is just an example. Say page 1 is addition, page 2 is subtraction, page 3 is division, and page 4 is multiplication. So then when you get to page 5, it's going to be that same sequence. Page 5 will be addition, page 6 will be subtraction, page 7 would be division, page 8 would be multiplication. Same pattern for all the pages. So you can do them that way, where they're touching a little bit on each of the topics each day, or you can do more of the mastery style, where you just do the beginning of each of those sections on day 1. You can do just focus on addition. So day 1, you would do page 1, page 5, page 9, and page 13. So those would be like the beginning of each day, but you're going to do those all on one day, and those are all addition. So then if you take the second page of all of those, page 2, I have to think, page 6, page 10, so on. So the second page, all those would be subtraction. So day 2, you could do all of those second pages and do all the subtraction. Day 3, all the third pages, which would be all division. Day 4, all of the fourth pages or the last pages, and then that would be like all your multiplication. So there's those 2 ways of doing it. And they also say, like, if you're trying to do your own curriculum, you can just do like 1 page, or do maybe the top of each of the 4 pages, because they're broken down into 3 sections on each page. And you scale as much as you want. It looks overwhelming. If you've opened up, I'll just go ahead and show you, because I know when I opened these books up, I was like, oh my goodness, this is insanity. Like, how in the world do you even like decipher all this? It's so little and there's so much of it, and it was like immediate overwhelm. But once I took time and looked at each section and learned how to scale it down and what it all is, and if you do have students that can be overwhelmed by so much on 1 page, you can just get a piece of paper and cover up this part or that part wherever they're working, you know, to make that a little less intrusive and break it down for them. Yeah, it can be broken down. But what they say is basically, like I said, when you're doing another curriculum, just to be able to participate in class, you can just do minimum parts. Like, go ahead and look at just the beginning of each of these, you not do the whole page. That's one way you could do it, and just scale it down so you can interact and still work in class, because you are going to be spending time doing this in class. And I do think that it's going to be beneficial, because like I said, my understanding from reading it and from hearing about it is that it's teaching us math in a different way. We're learning the language and the symbols, things that we may not have ever even learned before, or never gotten to. We're going to learn all of that instead of just saying, okay, here's a problem, this is how you work it, give me the answer, figure the answer. It's connecting math. We see math everywhere. I know this is something I was talking to my son about. I mean, shapes are math, and vibrations. There's just everything has some type of pattern, and that relates to math. I think, you know, that's God's creation is very intricate, and math is ordered, and it's all connected. So it's showing us these connections, and starting with 0, with nothing, and building our way up. So giving us a greater understanding of the whys and how it's all connected, and allowing us and teaching us to see math in more than just a math book, which makes it more interesting, makes it more relatable. I think it's going to be good, but I think it's going to be a lot. And again, scaling it in the beginning to what works for you, I think is the key. Not being overwhelmed, that just like essentials, we can do hard things. We're going to be going through this because the way the curriculum's laid out, it's the classical style. Just like the mastery and the repetition that we go through in foundations and essentials, it's the same concepts. The lower levels are just simplified versions, and they just grow and they grow and they grow and they build and they build and they build. Same information, same concepts or topics, they just expand. Every set, every year, as the student grows, they expand, and you dive deeper. So that's really awesome. You can have a younger child and an older child, and they're going to be doing the same topics, but they're just going to be one's diving deeper into that than the other. So it works well too if you have different children, different ages, or different places in math. So again, I think it's going to be good. Don't let opening these booklets overwhelm you, and, you know, oh, you have to do this. Like, you can do this, and like everything else, it's scalable. So don't let it overwhelm you. Okay, binder, another super simple setup that I did for my son. I've done a video showing you how I just set up his challenge A binder with everything he needs, a 1-inch binder. This is a 1-inch binder as well. I feel like I could have gone smaller, but this is perfect and it's roomy enough. So his math map's here. The back cover, I just stuck it in the back. We need our whiteboard for class. So he's got his little whiteboard right here in the front pocket, ready to go. He's got a few different colored dry erase markers, a couple mechanical pencils, a highlighter. Don't know if we'll need it, but I just put it in there. We have a few dice for math games, a couple different little swipers for our whiteboard, and that's all he should really need in math. So he's got his little pocket with everything right there when he pulls his binder out. Week 1, we're gonna need booklet 1 and booklet 29. Booklet 1, what I did was I went to the center of the book. In the very center of the book, you'll find the solutions, which are the answers to the work pages, and you will find the charts, which correlate information that you can look for as you're working to try and figure out the answers. You can go to the answers, but I took those out and I stuck those in this pocket. This way, all I did was took a razor blade literally and just gently sliced down the middle and gently pulled the pages out. Did it one more time. It took 2 slices and I had all 4 of the pages. So the charts are front and back. And then the answers, 2 pages also front and back. Okay, so that's it. And we have another one of these handy dandy multi-pocket dividers, charts and solutions, ready to go for him right there so he can just pull them out as needed. I was going to go through all of the booklets, all 30 of the booklets, there's a lot, and do this setup for everyone. My plan was to like put the charts and the answers all in little sleeves and have those all in the back of his everyday binder so they'd all be there. But I think this is a lot less to carry around. And I think this is going to be all that he needs. We're going to have to see how it goes and see what we need to adjust. But I think this is going to work well. And all I will do each week, this 29 booklet, Seeing the Unseen, it's mostly a blank booklet. They compare it to the blue books. I wasn't familiar. I had to go research blue books. But if you know about classical education, if you've been doing CC, you may already know what the blue books are. This is basically recording throughout the year, places that, you know, he sees math. He may see a pattern somewhere and makes him think about math and just relates. So things that happen in life, in the everyday, this is a place for us to record that. It's like a little scrapbook for the year. That's the purpose of this. So this book I'm actually going to be leaving. You don't take anything out. There's nothing taken out of this book. And I'll be leaving this one in here. So as I change out each other week, this book will stay. So it's always handy and right there for him anytime he needs it. So what I will do for week 2, once we're all done with week 1 stuff, I will pull this out and I will pull these charts out. And then I'm gonna move them to this binder over here, my ginormous binder that I bought damaged and didn't realize it till I got home, and we're just gonna roll with it because I did not want to go back to the store. It's kind of coming apart up here, but it'll be okay. So I bought the dividers, shadows, but yes, it was 1 through 31, just numbered dividers, and literally all the booklets will go in here. Book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. I went ahead and did it all. They just, and I mean just, fit in this 3-inch binder. But once I pull, I guess I'll pull the chart, so I'm going to put them back so it won't really matter. It's going to be full. 3 is perfect. Like, you're not going to be like using this book all the time. It's just really just store your booklets and keep them handy and safe all in one place. So they're all organized and easy to get to. Anyway, I will take book 1 and the charts that we've taken out. I will place them here in this little binder spot. They're separate now, but they'll be together. So I'll put them back in here, and then I'll pull out book 2 to prep for week 2. I'll slice out these solutions and charts out of the middle. I'll place them back in his binder for that week, just like I did. And I'll just do that each week. I have to prep for the week anyway. So this is just super simple. I pull it out, I put it in, I slice it, not a big deal. So that's how I'm gonna handle it for now, because I did not have time to go and do all of it before. We just ran out of time. So I think this is gonna work just fine. And that's kind of how we're gonna do our system back and forth. And then, let's see. So this is his binder, whiteboard, all the things we need. we're ready for week 1 with book 1 and book 29. He's got his charts and answers. And then in the back, all I did was, we had math games and essentials, and I had them in a binder. Some different math games, number knockout, our multiplication square, and our helps for powers, squares, cubes, powers, squares, cubes, squares, and square roots, and what else? And then just the rules, just the printout of all the different rules for some of the different math games. And we like to play some of the math games with the cards, so those rules are in there too. And that's it. It's not even full. It's light, ready to go. And this will be his math map binder. So he'll have this and his challenge A binder, and a couple workbooks and textbooks, and that'll be it. And yeah, I hope you found this helpful. I don't know if you guys tore your math books apart, your booklets, if you decided to keep them together. Just let us know down in the comments what you guys did, how you're feeling about the math map. And yeah, we look forward to hearing from you. Again, it helps other moms and dads, and just to kind of know like any ideas you have, how you've done it, how you're feeling. It's all helpful. It's a little community and a family here on YouTube as well, and we can all just help each other and support each other, and I think that's what we're here for. So you guys have a super great day or evening, and I will see you next time. Bye.